Ayo, ayo, guys. Another podcast for today. Ooh, the cat. But yeah, another podcast for today. And today I'm going to be talking about something different. I'm going to be talking about one of my favorites, One Piece. I just read the recent chapter, One Piece chapter 1179. Bruh, that's crazy. Damn, like, I've watched One Piece ever since I was in 7th grade, so it was around 2014, so like 10, 12 years. No, 12. Yeah, it's been 12 years since I've watched One Piece, and I've watched it ever since the first episode, and now we're currently on 1179, and the reveal of the King of the World is just crazy. Like, if you're an OG One Piece fan, if you've been invested on it for like few years, like a decade, literally a decade, or even more. I know a few One Piece fans have been there for over 2 decades, but for me, it's been over a decade. The reveal in 1179 is crazy. It would get you like, whoa. Like, whoa. Well, to be fair, like, Imu has only been revealed like 8 years ago, so his reveal now is not. It's kind of like, well, at least it's still like crazy, but it would have been different if he was introduced with the Gorseis like back in episode 200 something. But I understand as well, like he's pretty late in the game. It's gonna be like a final villain or something. And his design, bruh. Let's talk about his design, bruh. It doesn't even look like he comes from the anime. He doesn't even look like he's a part of One Piece. He's like straight from Naruto. If you know the Otsutsukis, he's literally from another anime. His design is crazy, and I love it. I read a theory that I've been reading a lot of theories. Like ever since the chapter came out, I was just listening to YouTube videos about like theories about Imu, or like what's his design is, and everything, like his power, the devil fruit. There's like a theory going like it's either the devil fruit or it's gonna be like the devil fruits, because katakana something that says like there's no plural or singular, so it can either be like he passed the power of all the devil fruits except Joy Boys, or he only has a devil fruit, the devil fruit, the original sin, Adam Eve type shit. And yeah, that got me crazy, and I can't wait for another chapter. And I think there's a break, right? I think there's a break this week, or was it legit that they're gonna be taking a break for 3 months? I hope it's not gonna be for 3 months, cause I'm gonna be in drought. We are all gonna be in drought. Okay, so first, Imu's design. Whew, damn. He looks like an alien. He looks so like, a lot of people say he looks like a Lunarian and also mixed like a demon something. Or I also saw a theory where he's a mix of everything. He's like an advanced AI, since back in the Void Century it's like they're all advanced, so he's probably like a mix of all the races. And there's also a theory that Zoro's gonna kill him because he's black. And yeah, it's gonna be, damn, it's crazy. It's like, I don't know though if it. I'm a big believer as an OG One Piece fan that the final villain would not be Imu. He's like second to the last though. Like, I'm pretty sure Blackbeard is gonna be the final villain. There's gonna be something that's gonna happen, like maybe Blackbeard's gonna steal his power, because the theory of him getting 3 fruits because of his 3-headed. He's always been associated with 3 heads and his Jolly Roger. So there's a theory going on that he's gonna get Imu's fruit. But I'm a firm believer that Blackbeard's crew is gonna be the final villain. Like, how can you not? Like, all of his crewmates just reflect all of Straw Hats. So it's like, it's gonna be 1v1. I remember the feeling back in Alabasta when I was watching it before, when I was a child. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna return that same feeling when Blackbeard's crew is gonna be like the final villain, and 1v1 they're gonna be fighting each other. Like, just imagine. Yeah, so I'm not, because I see a few One Piece fans are very solid. Like Imu's gonna be the final villain, and they're pretty much solid with that. I feel like it's gonna reflect. It's just gonna be my perspective. Take it with like, don't take it too seriously. But I feel like how they're gonna defeat Imu, it's gonna be like, it's gonna take both Luffy and Blackbeard, and once Imu's gonna be defeated, Blackbeard's gonna be like, you know what, nah, I'm gonna be the king of the pirates, and then king of the world, and we're gonna take his powers and everything. It's just gonna be like, it's gonna reflect Naruto, because in Naruto, like, after they defeat Kaguya, they needed like the two of them, right, to seal her out, and then Sasuke was like, you know what, fuck everyone. And I kind of feel like it's gonna happen the same in One Piece, but let's see. I don't mind either Imu being the final villain or Blackbeard being the final villain, but right now I'm just really excited what Imu has in store, like what his powers are. And I know there's gonna be a lot in the One Piece community that defends this idea that now that Imu is in Elbaf, he has to kill someone. And I want Usopp to die. No, I mean like not permanently, but he has to die because he already has like observation haki, and he's not using it too much now. And I think he has to have this moment where he has to die, because he's always been yapping about he wants to be like the bravest warrior in the sea, and then Elbaf is his dream place to be, and he's already in Elbaf. He's not doing much. He's still the same piece of. He needs a power up. Like, he needs a power up, and I think him dying, or somebody dying in the Straw Hats, like temporarily dying, and that would like just give that sense of urgency, because I feel like if Imu's gonna arrive in Elbaf and he's not really making the stakes high by not killing anybody, it's gonna be so stale. It's not gonna be the same feeling back in Sabaody where Kizaru just clapped everybody. He needs to clap like the Straw Hats again. I know there's a lot of people in the community that also says like, like Straw Hats are different. They're like an emperor crew. They're strong now, and that's exactly the point. Like, they need to have another threat just to get that second buff, and also to show the One Piece like community that Imu is not taking it. Like, he's not taking shit. Like, he will kill people, and he can. I think he's either gonna kill somebody important in Elbaf, or he's gonna capture someone from the Straw Hat crew, and then that's gonna be like the saving mission. Because you can see like he's spitting blood, right? I think there's like a timer for him to go outside his place. What do you call it? The Pangea Castle. I think there's like time limit for him to go outside, and then eventually he needs to go back. I think he's gonna capture someone and then just hold them hostage, and then the Straw Hat crew is gonna be like, let's go back to Marijoa, or probably they go to Roadstar first and then they go to Marijoa. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but somebody has to disappear. Either they die or they get captured. But I think it would be better if somebody dies. Yeah, because I don't know, Gear 5 is being goofy too much. We need that like angry Gear 5. I need that. He's getting a little angry in the in the recent chapters. He's not laughing his ass anymore, and that's that's how you can see it's getting serious. Yeah, I hope there's a lot of parallels from Elbaf, especially Imu's arrival with Skypiea, Enel's like powers, for example, like destroying whole islands with his lightning bolts, and Imu doing the same with that secret weapon. I genuinely feel like Enel's gonna come back, and he and Imu have like a tie. Like they have some sort of history. Probably like he got his wings stolen by Imu. Because all of the characters from One Piece from back then, like enemies, friends alike, have already come back. They've already shown themselves. It's only Enel that's left, and I feel like Oda is cooking up something related from Enel and also Emu because they're both like pseudo gods. So I really feel like Enel coming back is like somewhere like he has history with Emu, and probably Emu's gonna help defeat Enel. No, no, other way around. Enel's gonna defeat Emu. Help's gonna defeat Emu. And yeah, speaking of Enel, I don't know why a lot of the One Piece community don't like this Skypiea arc. I remember, I remember back then, like back in high school, Skypiea arc was my favorite, and I didn't even know like there was a Discord in the One Piece community that said like Skypiea was boring because I was not really into like the One Piece community that much. I was still a child, and Skypiea was the most magical like arc for me because it's always been like that feeling of it's been kind of like a human experience for them ever since they were in the outside Grand Line, going in Grand Line, and going to Alabasta, and then all of a sudden they just have this side quest that oh my god, there's an island in the sky. I remember the feeling before. I was like, oh wow, that's so magical. It feels like a pirate show. It feels like a pirate show. Like it's so magical. I remember that. I remember Skypiea being my favorite, and until now, it's still my favorite. One of my favorite arcs ever. So when I read from the community that a lot of them didn't like Skypiea, I was like, how would you not like Skypiea? It was amazing. Like Enel's gotta be one of my favorite characters in One Piece, and Skypiea, really that's why I see some sort of parallels from Skypiea and also what's going on with Elbaf and Emu, because Skypiea is my favorite arc, and the parallels of having a godlike enemy, and the stakes are high. It's you can see the similarities, so you can kind of see like what's going on and what's gonna happen, and that's why I'm super excited for Emu to come back. I mean, to reveal himself, because it's like another god like being he's fighting against. So yeah, I can't wait for chapter 1180. I can't wait for that, bro. Ugh. He has to slap someone. I swear to God, if chapter 1180 is a perspective of someone not in Elbaf, I will rip my hair apart. It has to be Emu clapping somebody. Oh, I just hope Luffy gets beaten up or something. And yeah, Usopp, he's about to die. Hopefully he does. And I hope as well he comes back again. I don't want him to permanently die. I love Usopp. I love everybody in the One Piece, in the Straw Hats. But I just need somebody to die temporarily so that you can feel like the stakes are high. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah! Oh my god! I just thought of something. What if somebody actually dies? Like, let's say Luffy dies or Usopp dies in Elbaf, and then all of a sudden, like, Trafalgar Law just comes in and gives the immortality or something, like revival. That would be crazy. But I don't want Law to die. Oh yeah, by the way, there's also this theory of Kuma's fruit to, be a part, like be in the Straw Hat crew. We're only waiting for that left because Hito Hito no Mi, Gomu Gomu no Mi, Yomi Yomi no Mi, Hana Hana no Mi. We only need like the Kuma, the pawpaw fruit. We only need that, and I strongly believe that theory is gonna happen because Oda responded to it in an SBS, and he was awkward about it, and he was shocked how the community noticed it. So I'm sure it's gonna happen soon, and I hope it's gonna be Usopp or his weapon. I also saw like, oh yeah, I noticed that. I strongly believe Usopp is. I'm gonna call this one. Usopp's gonna be the one that's gonna get Kuma's devil fruit, because Van Augur from the Blackbeard Pirates, if they're gonna be like they're gonna be final villains. I've always thought like, why does Van have like a teleportation power? Like, make it make sense. Like he's a sniper and he's also teleporting. And then I realized the Kuma fruit also like teleports. Like if you can just touch yourself. Oh, I heard it as soon as I said it. But touch yourself and then you just teleport and places. And I hope it's gonna be Usopp. So it's gonna be a crazy sniper final showdown. Yeah. Ah. I hope it wasn't that loud, but yeah, I'm so excited for the next chapter, One Piece chapter 1180. I'm gonna post another podcast for that once it comes out. So let's just all wait and see what Imu has in store. Alright, bros. Thank you so much for listening again, and see ya for another podcast. Yeah.